Now today I'm going to be making a trifle. Now this is going to be a black forest trifle. So if you've got a special occasion, Thanksgiving, Christmas, or when you've got some guests coming round, serve them up some of this. They don't need too much because it's really rich, but it is delicious. Now for making this black forest trifle, I'm just going to go through the ingredients I'm going to use. Now I've got some custard. This is ready-made custard. If you go and buy ready-made custard, buy a good one. This is Madagascan vanilla custard. Now it's got little sort of the seeds from the pod in there, so that is going to be a really nice custard. I've got 600 grams. Creme fraiche, 200 millilitres, so I'm not going to use the whole pot, probably about 2/3 of it, so 200 millilitres of that. Double cream, we're going to whip that up and just make it light and delicious. Now double cream, I'm going to use roughly about 300 millilitres of double cream. Chocolate brownies, now I've got ready-made chocolate brownies. These have got flickers of chocolate, so they're probably pretty nice. I've got 450 grams of chocolate brownies. Black cherries, now that's going to be the fruit that's going to go in the trifle. These ones come in a jar. You can get them in most supermarkets. They're not cheap. Now these ones have sort of got juice in there, which is kirsch. Now I did look up what kirsch was. As far as I know, it's like brandy distilled from the fermented juices of cherries. So sounds pretty good to me. Now what we're going to do is add all the cherries and probably about 120 millilitres of the juice. So you need to drain the cherries and then pour the juice over the sort of chocolate brownies, back over the cherries, and that's going to be a really delicious base for this trifle. Now I've got some icing sugar, 25 grams, because we're going to mix that with the creme fraiche, double cream, whip it up, because with cream you need to slightly sweeten it because we are making a dessert. Chocolate, now I'm going to use about 100 grams of chocolate. I'm going to use plain chocolate. I think what I'll do is use this one which gets mixed with the custard and melts and tastes chocolate custard delish. And then I'm just going to sprinkle on top a little bit of this one, which is, you know, plain chocolate with a little bit of sea salt. But go and choose the chocolate you want, make it your own, and enjoy. So now I've gone through the ingredients. Now what I'm going to do is go over to the hob, get myself a pan, and I'm going to add the custard and one of those bars of chocolate, sort of broken down. Just get it all melted so you make that custard a really good chocolatey, delicious flavour. Now with the chocolate, just give that a good bash, kind of break it down a little bit. Just put those in. Switch heat on. Now what I'd say is fairly low. I'm just going to use a wooden spoon. Just gently mix that together, and once the chocolate's all melted, take it off the heat, and what you want to do is cool it down. Now once it's cooled down, pop it in the fridge just to give it a nice chill to it, because when you're making the trifle you want all these sort of layers to be nice and chilled and delicious. Now whilst I've got the custard and the chocolate cooling down, now what I'm going to do is start assembling this trifle. Got me chocolate brownies, so let's just pop those in. Now next of all, I've got me sort of sieve and a little bowl. Now what I'm going to do is, hopefully this bowl's big enough, but I'm just going to pour those in. Oh, a little bit of mess there. Put those in. Now with those cherries, oh, I can smell them already. Smell really good. Now I'm just going to carefully, if I can, pop those in. And again, use the other jar as well. So now I've got the cherries in there. Now that is going to be a delicious layer. Now we're going to pour some of this juice on. Now before I do, I just want to make sure it tastes really good. So let's have a little taste of this. Oh, it's delicious. Sweet and delicious. Now I would say put about 120 millilitres. I'll say a little layer of liquid. So you know, don't go overboard. I know it's tempting, but just put some in. I think that'll do. Just a little bit more. Now we've got the cherries in there. Now I'm just going to go into the fridge and take that custard with that chocolatey mixture on there. I mean, obviously, if you've got time, leave it to really cool down. I'm a little bit impatient, and we are going to put it back in the fridge ultimately. So now I've got my chocolate there. Look at that chocolate custard, lovely. Now just pour that on. You pour it in the middle, start with, and it will kind of find its way. And just try and get it all out of the pot. Now with the trifle, what you want to do is put a little bit of tin foil over the top, place it back in the fridge, let it chill out. In the meantime, I'm going to get myself a bowl and we're going to start whipping up that cream. Start with the creme fraiche. Now, I want to use about 2/3. It's actually probably a little bit too much. I could take some of that out. Then we've got the double cream. Now I'm going to pour all of that in. I want about 300 ml. Add that little bit of icing sugar because that will slightly sweeten it. Now, for mixing this up, it's quite hard work, but you can do it by hand, or if you've got a machine, do it by machine. Much quicker. Let's pour that out. Get on with it. That's it. Whip it up. Get it nice and light. Let's have a look. I think it's done. Didn't take any time at all. So, beautiful mixture, and that's going to go on top of this trifle. Now with that trifle, let's pull this out. It's chilled out, and let's change that. Look at that. Oh, that looks delish. And with the trifle, look at that creamy mixture. Let's just pour that on. Just get it on there, and then you can kind of move it around a little bit. Now I've got that cream mixture on top. I'm just going to put a little bit of chocolate. We got some chocolate left. Ooh, look at that. And don't forget, pop it in the fridge so you serve it chilled. Now that be trifle in the fridge, chilling out. Now, I ended up leaving mine overnight. The reason I did that is because the lighting was so bad last night. I thought I'd leave it in, come back in the morning when the light's good. Now, what I'm going to do is just finish it off, and then we're going to try some. Now, the reason I say we're going to finish it off, because I want to just put a little bit more cream. So I just mix up a little bit more, because I kind of thought it sunken a little bit. So I just want to really add a little bit more on there. I'll just spread that out. I think it just looks a little bit nicer if you've got a nice layer on top. There you go. I think that looks a little bit nicer now. Now, again, I'm just gonna put a little bit of grated chocolate on top. And also I've got some little shavings of chocolate, so I'm just going to put a little sort of sprinkle here and there, just around the middle. That's it. Lovely. And there you go, there's the trifle. obviously we can serve it up and try some. Let's just get stuck in now. Go right to the bottom. Oh, look at those juices coming up. I think I could have done with another spoon, but this is all right. Oh yeah. Just get that a little bit more juice at the bottom. Oh yeah. Now I'm just going to move that aside. So I'm just going to get stuck in. Let's just try this. Should have some cherries in there, and we've got that vanilla custard. Oh, it's going to be gorgeous, isn't it? Chocolate. Let me try that. Those cherries are juicy, lovely flavour, and go really, really well with the chocolate. Oh, that is lovely. You can't go wrong with this, and it's not that difficult to make. You know, obviously I left mine in the fridge overnight, but as long as you serve it chilled, beautiful. Thanks for watching my videos. Give it a go, and I hope you enjoy. Thanks for watching The Original Naked Chef. Absolutely gorgeous.